Unlike your friend, who seems to have mastered his own individual style, the type of guy I'd be willing to bet has been doing this for a very long time. Based on his skills, it's obvious that he has countless years of experience in combat. You, on the other hand, don't seem to know anything. Mainly, you seem to be relying on what appears to be extremely heightened senses, like you were a vampire or something. You're fast like one, strong like one, but for some reason, I have trouble believing that you are one. I don't even think you're a half-breed, a daywalker like me. No, you're something else. And it appears that you also have regenerative abilities as well. I've noticed your increase in strength and speed. You bounce back way quicker than any normal human could. But it's not on the same level as a vampire. At least one who's gained control over their regenerative abilities. We can heal much faster than that. You're taking time. It's happening slowly, which only raises more questions about you. What are you exactly? What's hiding underneath that armor? Why would you come into this with so little experience? But then again, that power of yours does give you quite the edge. I've quite frankly never seen anything like it. And then still, on top of that, your attacks don't seem to have that killer intent. I'm very familiar with killer intent. The intent to do as much harm as possible with every strike. To kill your opponent the moment you get the chance. The moment they let up, slip up. But none of your attacks have it. You're not aiming for my vital spots. In fact, it almost seems like you're avoiding them. You'd better not be taking it easy on me, she said, giving me a somewhat upset expression, like she was angry at me. Sorry, I said. I'm not taking it easy on you. That's not what this is. So, don't feel offended. The simple fact of the matter is, I don't want to kill you. I don't even really want to hurt you. You can call it whatever you want, but it's my intention to win this fight with your life intact. The only thing I really want is to knock you out or catch you somehow, which seems to be a hard enough task in and of itself. It might be easier to go for the kill, but that's just not what I want. The lives of other people aren't mine to take as I wish. The only reason I was willing to consider it when it came to, I suppose you'd call her your mother, is because Victor assured me that she was bad news. Extremely bad news. That we needed to deal with her in order to save the lives of countless other people. That's the only reason I was willing to consider it an option. Well, that and the fact that most of the time, vampires tend to be the monsters in movies. I suppose that might have swayed my opinion somewhat. But at this point, I'm starting to question it. But regardless, I don't get the feeling that you're a psychopath. For whatever reason, that's just not the vibe I get from you. Even your sister, who seems a little bit more cold-hearted than you are, doesn't strike me as a lunatic. Bloodthirsty murderer, someone who would deserve to have their life ended. Don't get me wrong, I'm no saint. I just would prefer not to kill if it's not absolutely necessary. If push came to shove, I think I'd be willing to do it. But I'm not killing anyone that doesn't have it coming. And you, I don't think you do. That's all there really is to it. So no, I'm not taking it easy on you. I'm simply trying to win this fight by my own standard. In fact, I think I'd rather die than live by taking the life of someone who just doesn't have it coming. Oh, I think I get it now, Rebecca replied. So, you're a noble guy. The type of person who likes to look out for others. The type of guy who has a standard in the way that he treats people. Even his enemies. You're not ruthless or bloodthirsty. You don't want to kill if you don't have to. And you put effort into making sure that you don't have to. To be honest, I'm kinda right there with you. The idea of killing really doesn't appeal to me at all. Don't get me wrong, I've done it. But it's not something that I like, even for bad people. But as unfortunate as it is, the universe doesn't always let us get our way. Sometimes, it's kill or be killed, whether you like it or not. And if given the option, I choose to live, Rebecca said, holding her stance just a few feet away from me, focused entirely on me. So, you mind telling me your name? Rebecca said, beginning to grin a little bit. You know, I'd like to get it. Well, before I beat the crap out of you.
Sorry, I replied, but I don't give out my name. I am a superhero after all. I have a secret identity to maintain.
Whoa, you're a superhero? Rebecca replied, raising an eyebrow in my direction.
Yeah, you could probably look me up online pretty easily. I've been circulating. I go by a heavy metal knight.
Oh, now the armor makes sense. It's your superhero outfit. You know, I used to read a lot of comic books. I actually like that stuff. I'm surprised I haven't heard about you, but I have been staying offline lately. Either that, or you're not really a big deal.
Trust me, I replied. I'm a fairly big deal. A new one, but a big one. Your temporary hiatus from the internet must have come at an inopportune time for learning who I am. Once this is over, you should look it up. I was just starting out, of course. Technically, I still am. And I still have plenty of work to do, so I can't really afford to end up dead here. So sorry if this upsets you, but I have no intention on getting my ass handed to me,
I said, widening my stance and getting ready to start things back up. Well, I have to say, Heavy Metal Knight, I like the cut of your jib, as old folks used to say. But you're not winning this one, she said, raising one of her hands in the air, beginning to twirl her finger around, with that pink light tracing it. Emerge, Felicia, she shouted, as an immense pink aura engulfed her form, and a swirl of wind billowed out from her. Oh shit, I thought. She's summoning her greater familiar, Victor called it. Crap, this is not good. I jumped back, probably about a good 20 feet, gathered all the liquid steel I could, back into the battle sphere. I needed to be ready for whatever this was. And suddenly, from the sky above, I noticed light beginning to beam down, but not regular light, rainbow light, like all the colors in a rainbow, shining down as a tiny little rainbow-colored ball of light emerged from the sky, circling its way down to Rebecca. What the hell is that? I thought, as I tried to focus in, see what it was. I was completely blown away. It was a bird. Just a tiny little bird. It looked like a canary, or something like that, except it was rainbow colored and seemed to emote that rainbow light from all of its individual parts, its feathers, in an ever-shifting and changing pattern. To be honest, it was really pretty to look at. Just this adorable little bird, glowing every color of the rainbow, as it fluttered down, taking a landing spot on Rebecca's finger, chirping a tiny little bird song. "Oh, hello, Felicia," she said, pulling the bird in a little close and rubbing it against her face, petting it under its little bird beak. "It's nice to see you, Felicia. So, are you ready to fight?" she said, looking at the bird. to which it just pleasantly chirped.